Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at what is absolute and relative cell addressing, and we're going to do it very simply with an example that's going to make it really obvious what's happening. So I have a worksheet here, and what I want to do is to calculate stock value, and that's just going to be cost price times unit in stock. So I'm going to click in this cell, I'm going to type an equal sign, and then I'm going to click on the cost price. I'm going to add the multiplication symbol, which is the asterisk, click on the units in stock and press enter. Now I could enter that same formula all the way down, but there's an easier way to do that, and that's to click on this cell and just drag on this corner handle. And Excel is going to copy that formula down, but you can see that the result is not the same every time because Excel is making some adaptation to our formula. If I double click on this formula, we can see what these cells are. So it's multiplying this cell by this cell. Let's double click on this one. So it's multiplying this by this. So you can see that the formula is changing every time we go down the column here, column F. And what essentially the formula is saying here in Excel is multiply the cell 2 to my left by the cell 1 to my left and put the answer in here. So let's click on here, multiply the cell 2 to my left by the 1 to my left and put the answer in here. And all the way down, that formula can be read as multiply the cell 2 to the left by the 1 to the left and put the answer in here. So if we read the formula in a slightly different way, we'll be able to understand how the addressing is working and how this copying is working just fine to give us the exact results that we want. But let's go to this worksheet, which is a little bit different. Here we have some parcel weights in kilograms and a rate per kilogram for shipping. So let's calculate the first shipping amount. I'll type the equal sign. We're going to multiply the parcel weight, put in an asterisk here, multiply it by the rate per kilogram and press enter. So it's going to cost us $8 to ship this parcel. Let's do the same thing as we did on the previous worksheet and just copy this formula down and see how it's breaking, because it is breaking really badly. Let's double click on this cell and just let's read how the formula is actually written. What we're saying here is multiply the cell 1 to my left with the cell 1, 2, 3 above. Let's double click on this one and see why it's a problem. Multiply the cell 1 to the left, that's working just fine, but the cell 3 above is 1, 2, 3. Well, it's got nothing in it at all. And then let's go to this one here. It's multiplying the cell 1 to the left, that's just fine. But what is 3 above? Well, it's the shipping cost of a previous parcel. So you can see that the way of copying this formula down is not working in this situation because we have a cell that we want to reference over and over again, and we don't want the position of that cell to change. So in this formula here, we do want to multiply one cell to the left, but we don't want to multiply that by the cell 3 above. What we want to multiply it by is whatever is in cell C2 every single time. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this formula a little bit. So I'm going up here to the formula bar, and this is the problem here, this cell C2. We want to tell Excel that it is to always use C2 and not change it to read C3 or C4 or C5. Well, the way we do that is by turning it into what's called an absolute address. We want to fix the column and the row so that it doesn't change. And to do that, I'm just going to press F4. But you should note that there are actually 3 different versions of this absolute addressing. There is C$2, $C2. There's the one that we were using originally, which is C2, which is the one that changes. And then there's $C$2. In this example, and in most of the cases that you'll be working with, you'll probably just want to fix this cell. It's the easiest way of doing it. So now we're multiplying the cell 1 to the left by whatever is in cell C2 and never change it. So let's press enter. But the answer for the first parcel is exactly the same. It should be exactly the same. But let's see what happens when we copy it down. I'm just going to drag on this little corner symbol here. And now we can see that the calculations are correct. Let's double click on this one. what is happening is it's multiplying the cell 1 to the left, that's just fine, by whatever is in cell C2. And you can see that this little red border is telling us that it's the value in C2 that is being used. And let's try another one down here. Again, multiply the cell 1 to the left by the value in cell C2. Don't change it. Now you can put those dollar signs in by yourself, or you can simply click on the cell reference in the formula and press F4, and you'll cycle through all the available options. So that at its simplest is what absolute and relative addressing is. In this formula here, this is relative addressing. It's relative to the cell that the formula is in. It's 1 to the left. And it's copied down as 1 to the left, 1 to the left, 1 to the left, all the way down. But the absolute formula here says never change that. I always want to multiply by whatever it is that is in cell C2. Now, most of the time, you're actually going to work out what you need to do by accident, because you're going to do something like writing this formula without the absolute address in it. And then you're going to copy it down. And then you're going to realize, oh, of course, I've made a mistake. So let me go back to this cell. Let me go and make that an absolute reference with the $C, the $2, the dollar signs before the column letter and the row number. Let's press enter, and now I can copy it down again because it's going to work perfectly this time. And there's nothing wrong with not being able to recognize it first up. What you want to be able to do, of course, is to recognize when you've got the problem and how to fix it. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results every time, then you'll love my other YouTube videos. So give this video a thumbs up and click to subscribe to the channel. And on the screen now, you'll see a video that I've handpicked for you to watch next.